Hello and welcome everybody to today's Career Health Hour. Today is week 5 and we are going to focus today on realistic steps for after practicum. Yeah, for those of you that have already attended one of the Career Health Hours, you're probably very familiar with the slide. It's now becoming my standard slide here for those weekly sessions. But for those of you that are joining today for the first time or watching the recording, I'm just going to introduce myself here pretty quickly. So my name is Tina Marie Heinrich, but you can just call me Tina. And I'm already holding degrees in business management and economics. So I have my MBA, Master of Science, and Bachelor of Arts majors in human resources and global supply chain management. And I'm currently completing my Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology, and I'm going to graduate next month, which is pretty exciting. I am a chartered professional in human resources, meaning I have my CPHR, and I'm a Society of Human Resource Management Certified Professional, or also called SHRM CP. What I bring here to the table today are over 15 years of combined corporate experience, including providing and practicing trauma-informed HR over the past several years, leadership, staff management, organizational development, project management, and marketing. And I'm now combining this with a clinical lens here. All right, so let's look at today's agenda. So we will start with our welcome and check-in, as we usually do. Then there will be some psychoeducation piece, and then we will do our individual activity for today. Then we will go into our breakout sessions and we do our takeaways and closing. Okay, for today's check-in, I picked the following question. When do you think about post-practicum? What feeling shows up first? So you can see some examples here on the slide. So feel free to pick any of those, whatever matches your current feeling or feelings, or you can come up with any other kind of feeling. Yeah, here on this slide here, I want to talk a bit more about career paths, because regardless of what career you're thinking about or talking about with regards to career paths, they're usually not linear, like not like this or just going in one steady line up. In reality, career paths tend to be kind of like this, all over the map, ups and downs or lateral movers, or pretty much similar to what you can see here with the picture I picked for this slide. It's can be all over the map, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So I just wanted to share this as career paths are not like textbook style. There might be for some people, but in reality, it's really, really diverse. I would say quite different, quite almost creative in a certain way. And so this is more about career paths in general. And thinking about counseling, the interesting piece is that regardless of our backgrounds, our individual backgrounds to this point, when we all complete our clinical practicum, we will all be in the same early counseling career position. This will be the same for all of us here, because that's how we started our journey and where we land post practicum. And I wanted to point out that early counseling careers are often built through combinations of different things, and it's not just like one clean leap, so to say. But we usually see post-practicum is a mix of, different paths. Like some people go with agency or contractor work, or maybe even subcontractor work, depending on the agreement that you negotiated. Some people might go into part-time or full-time private practice, working as an employee in mental health or related field, or might be working some, but I would maybe in this context refer to bridge jobs, or maybe having mixed roles. Mixed roles might be, you're working maybe job from your previous career while doing a bit of agency work, right? Those kind of things. And so, from a career health lens, the question we are asking here is, what is realistic and feels sustainable for my next season? So, if you were here during previous career health sessions, you may remember one session where I talked about the different seasons of a counselor. And if you remember this, you may remember that practicum was more kind of referred to as the planting season. And then post practicum, it's just a different season. Different things that are happening in your life, in your professional life. And so it's hard to compare it to, before practicum or when you were or are in practicum. So just wanted to point this out here. So I will leave this question here with you for a moment, something you can keep in the back of your mind. And let's move on here to today's individual activity. Okay, so before we set the timer here for 10 minutes, and I will give you some time to complete this, or at least start working on it, just walking you through here what today's activity looks like. So I broke it down into 4 steps, and the first one is to draft a table similar to what I put here on the slide. And then I would like you to think about 3 realistic options for your 3 to 12 months post practicum. So it could be those options I just mentioned on the previous slide, 1 or 2 or more of those, or maybe something completely different. And then I would like you to complete the table and just go line by line. You start with option 1, and then you complete the columns. And if you're unable to complete all 3 options in the next 10 minutes, that's fine. Your focus should really be more on thinking about one option and just going through all the steps before you go to option 2 and option 3. And I should point out that it's very unlikely you will, finish a complete table within the next 10 minutes. Maybe you do, but more likely is that it will just be like a very, very first draft to get you thinking, to kind of basically taking a really, really small, tiny step today and something you can complete over the next few weeks. So basically, let's just pick option 1 here as an example. So whatever option 1 is for you, describes the option like one word. For example, subcontractor role. Think about what is one small first step you can take right now in terms of like maybe this week, something to get closer to it. Not like to have, your subcontractor over next week, but really like one tiny small step you can already take this week to move towards this option. Also start thinking about what does your support or resources look like? What do you have already to move you this one small step closer to your goal? Then think about barriers or challenges. Is there something, that's in your way right now, or maybe something that might be in your way in the future that might prevent you from reaching option 1, right? So try to think about this, and then think about solutions. How can you overcome those challenges? How can you use them as a stepping stone to actually help you to reach your option 1? So that's the task here, and then if you have extra time and you were able to pick or to write it out for 2 or more options, then just highlight which option feels most sustainable or realistic right now, like something you can start working on as of today. That's what I mean by realistic or most sustainable. Okay, before we do our main group debrief, I'm going to put you into breakout sessions here in a moment, and we will take about 20 minutes. So please take turns so you can share with each other. And I would like you to share the options you wrote down and details with this if you want to. It's up to you. And then just if you have more than one option, just mention which one feels most sustainable right now, like something like most actionable, like where you can actually start doing something today. And then if you're in the role of listening, focus on reflecting back and ask questions, for example, what makes this option feel sustainable for you right now? So on. All right. So I will set the timer here for 20 minutes and then we will come back here to our main room. All right. Everybody is back. So let's use this to debrief together. I have some prompts here on the slide, but you can use those or maybe there's something else you want to share with the group here. Totally up to you. So, okay, all right. So this is the end of today's career health session. So thank you everybody for joining and thank you to those of you who are watching this recording. Next session will be held Tuesday next week, same time, with a different topic. But you're always welcome to let me know your thoughts, comments, or feedback, or even if you have certain topics in mind that you would like to see covered here in the future. So thank you again and hope to see you again next time.